Here we go then. We have Book Boomers or something versus Silent. I've forgotten their names immediately. Black Book versus Suddendeath. Both teams have a 5-win set in their history. Black Book has lost this map once. Suddendeath has not conceded a map at all in the series during the group stages of Div 1. Here we go. U1 M2. One of my favourite maps in the campaign to speedrun. Starting off with Ander. With the quad. Ooh, that's a good rocket from Jave. Opening things up a lot. Getting rid of the quad. Just about staying alive with 5 HP left. Milton spamming out BPS. Catches him. Andy in. They try to pincer, but it didn't quite work. But Andy is going to get the frag. Nice clearance. Most of these kills going traded at the minute. So it's 7-7. Very tight. Wimsuit caught off guard. And expect Ander just to wait around this area for the yellow to come up. Jave in the back. Nicely done. Quad goes down quick to some shotgun shots. Sometimes it feels like the higher up you go in QuakeWorld, the more frags are done with the stock shotgun. Just with the straight up boomstick. Whereas when you're further down, people just aren't hitting the shots with them. It's a super powerful weapon. Carapace doing very well to survive a lot of these shots here from Jave. Does fall. Jave defending at the minute. Just holding this position. Might trade out with Milton here, I would have thought. And go a bit more roaming. Especially with this many people here. One of them's probably going to leave. Andy comes in. Oh, and they can't grab it. Don't manage to get on it. Both of them jumping straight at the rocket launcher, but not managing to pick it up. Massive fragging out from BPS with the super shotgun. Gets Wimsuit as well. Shot from behind as Wimsuit respawns. Another poor spawn from Wimsuit, and there he is again. Really not doing well on these respawns. Constantly around BPS with this quad. Good pickup on the Mega. And Jave, it's now your turn to get terrible respawns. Very good quad frags there from BPS. Let's head over and try and get someone from Suddendeath. Milton caught in the crossfire between two players. Goes down. Hiding out under the water. SSG and quad it's underrated by I think everybody until you see somebody use that sort of thing. But then you watch someone go on a quad run with the shotgun in any Quake game, and it's just way more powerful than anybody gives it credit for. I think the shotgun in general is a lot more powerful than anyone gives it credit for in all of the games. Particularly games without a shotgun secondary. Or, sorry, with a secondary shotgun like the super shotgun. It less so happens in Xenotic where we have the shotgun starting, but you don't have a super shotgun. So people respect the shotgun itself. Plays very much like this shotgun. Good at long range, very good at short range. Good holding here from Milton. Just catches them coming through. Rocket launcher now on Wim's base. And it's time for the shotgun run from Goblin. Finds Step Cop twice. Spots Jave on the exit. There's another one. No weapons. Literally nothing. Now has the super shotgun. But absolutely nothing. Got 3 frags. Goes down to Wimsuit and Goblin. Again, the frags coming out with the shotguns. Oh, great dodging there does go down. But fantastic dodging, getting under the water. Actually, it's one of those strange things with QuakeWorld that I don't know how many people who play QuakeWorld regularly will notice and how many people who don't play QuakeWorld. Having the water be not see-through is way better than having the water be see-through. Being able to hide somewhat from people who aren't in the water and not being able to see people who are in the water, it is better water. Wimsuit going to just hold out this quad, waiting for the yellow. Better to hold it and just try and get something from it later when you've got some stack. QuakeWorld has the dirtiest water. It is true. Wimsuit with the quad. It's a good pickup. No one there to challenge it from Suddendeath. Now they're here to challenge it. I wonder if they've got the timing a little bit late on that quad. Just the way they came in very late to it. Now Milton with a mega and a rocket launcher. It's as good a position as you're going to get without any major items. Let's see, Jave defending well. Oh, we're on carapace. Gets out of there very cleanly. Yellow's coming up soon. Will anyone grab it immediately? I'm not sure if anyone's there right now. Looks like Milton picked it up. No worries. Always happy to stream stuff. I'm trying to get better at it. Game Reppy's not playing. Which team's Reppy on? I've completely missed the entire start of this. I've got no idea who's with who. Reppy on Suddendeath. It's a pretty stacked lineup for Suddendeath, though. Out of names that I've heard of as a generally casual observer of QuakeWorld, that's a lot of them. Milton grabbing the quad. Let's hop. Where are we going? Come on. There we go. Milton with the quad now. Grabs one with the rocket launcher, finds the second. Nice shot onto Goblin. Wimsuit will have got the yellow armour. Look at the stacks over in the corner. Black Book are incredibly stacked up right now. Everybody has health armour. 3 of them have got rockets. They're in a great position, and Suddendeath know they're in a good position right now because you're not seeing them. I mean, nothing you can do about spawning right in front of a Milton with a rocket launcher, but you're not seeing them come. They're not attacking. They're just trying to hold out until the next items where they know when they can push in. And now they've got a couple of rocket launchers, a nail gun. And Carapace has managed to pick up the quad. This is the time for them to push in and try and push the advantage with the quad if they can. A lot of damage taken by Carapace, so going to struggle without this yellow, but yellow sweep up some health. A lot of health on this map. Being an early early campaign map. A lot of health dotted around. They were expecting you to just get absolutely obliterated by the first ogre in the first room because they put all the health in the world there. It's quite useful for the speedrun if you just get absolutely nuked by everybody on E1M1. "10 minutes in, 99 to 119, so 20 frags the difference between these two teams. Book slightly in the lead right now. Unfortunate respawn for Stepcop right in front of a quad. Wimsuit goes down, Stepcop's still there. Sometimes it feels like the spawns are set to spawn closest to the guy that killed you. Very crispy clean movement. I love how QuakeWorld movement looks. From good players that do it, how these guys are doing it. Rather than the more traditional way of moving around. Yellow should be up soon. Now things have swapped over. Suddendeath have got the swap and are the ones with more stack than Book here. Carapace clearly wants to grab something. Milton's managed to pick up the quad, has a good stack, has weapons. Will he be able to find anyone right now? Doesn't want to push the issue too much because they know they've lost the last two yellows. So they're not going to try and break anything down. But with a mega in the hand, quite a while left on the quad right now. Milton will try and sneak in some. He's listening out, listening for where the players are, finds them in the yellow room, gets one. Quad's going to run out. Still a good quad grab. Whoa. They just keep coming like lemons for Milton with a shot with the rocket launcher out. Keep stacking them up. Milton in the corner has to have quite a decent amount of health to push into there to try and grab this next quad. You can't go in and do what Milton's just done unless you are well stacked up, because you know that everybody's going to be flying around with shotguns and stuff. Hey Looney, see you Looney. 20 frags still the difference between these two. Super tight game right now. I can definitely see this going all the way. Milton sneaking around the undergrowth. Can't quite connect with Carapace there. Everybody out at bridge. Goblin goes down. Quads up. And BPS has got it. Dangerous position though, takes quite a lot of hits grabbing that, but does manage to escape now with the green. And with a good stack of health, should be able to start moving. Carapace almost looking to be fragged for a free rocket launcher there, I think Carapace might have been offering. Carapace though now with the rocket launcher doing a lot of damage. Massive blast onto Milton. One grenade launcher. Wimsuits goes down to BPS with a grenade launcher. Andy over here. Low health waiting for the rocket launcher. Oh, but stood on the health. Very nicely done. We're over at quad, and it's going to go to Wimsuit. Black Book should be in a good position right now. Looking at the stacks that everybody's got. Now it's gone down. You've lost the guy with stack. Wimsuit's got the stack, though. So they should be able to try and make this count, but the quad goes down to a couple of rocket launchers. And they're not able to convert that quad into any sort of frags at all, really. And now they know the quad's gone, they won't even be able to use it as bullying tactics. Still 5 minutes left on the clock. 20 frags the difference still. 21 frags now. Black Book in the lead. It's not close enough for Black Book to play any sort of defence. But I think if they get a quad... So Suddendeath need the quads to catch up. But if Black Book get the quad, they'll likely use it just for 20 seconds or so of peace. It'll be 20 seconds that they can hide out in one room and know that they're not going to have anybody attacking them. But BPS has to try and take this quad and make it count on the scoreboard. Does decently out of that quad for sure. And I think they win this yellow armor room off the back of that as well. And now you've got a very well stacked up BPS, able to take a couple of frags on Milton. Should be able to make more here. Couple of guys coming through for free. Will Milton be able to frag BPS? He does. Milton's dodging just incredible there. Dodging out the way of BPS. Wimsuit taking BPS down with the quad. Nice firing here from Wimsuit, avoiding killing Step Cop. But now Step Cop's out the way, you can just absolutely explode everybody. The catch-up is happening. They're really making a push for it here. The frags are coming down. But Black Book are stacking them back up straight after. Suddendeath haven't got long before they're going to have to get out of here. I think BPS has left that section. Gets caught on the runaway by Wimcop. Wimsuit. I'm doing terribly for names today. If I pronounce your name wrong, feel free to record yourself saying your name and send it to me in a message, and I'll still probably get it wrong, but at least I've got half a chance. Carapace for this yellow could do something. Just needs to find anybody. We are now into the point where we're going to see some run and hide tactics coming out from Black Book. All hiding out in this one room. Sometimes it can work all hiding out in one room, but sometimes you are just going to take 3 frags straight through. And yeah, they're not wanting to fight. They're not wanting to do anything particularly to fight. Nice move there from Carapace. It's always something that, you know, just in case anyone's watching, there's a few people here that probably don't play Quake so much. Yeah, just jumping around the Mega Health, because the Mega Health can push you from 100 up to 200 health. But if you're over 100 health, then regular health won't heal you. So jumping around the Mega Health, picking up the regular health to be fully stacked for 100 health, and then you can get 200 health out of the Mega. Very, very clever tactics. Just the small things that these players aren't even thinking about these things anymore. BPS dodging all the shots here, but eventually Step Cop's going to make the shots count. Minute and a half left on the clock. We have a 28 frag lead right now for Book. It's going to be tough for Suddendeath to bring this back. I believe we might witness their first map loss. I'm correct in saying that, aren't I? I think it's Black Book that have 1 loss. Yes, indeed. Black Book have 1 loss on this map, and Suddendeath do not. I was about to say Step Death. That's a good name for a prog band. Oh, great rockets there from Jarve. Finds another and an extra. That's really going to shut this down. 30 seconds left on the clock, less than that. They've got control of the final quad. Even though it goes down just there. I think it's going to be a win for Black Book on this map. Opening up their table. And they're going to do it by holding things down from not long into the game. They've held down the same frag lead, 239 to 204, increasing it a little bit at the end there. Absolutely fantastic. Super close game all the way through. Let's roll on to the next map. Here we are then for map 2. We have a 1-0 lead for Black Book over Suddendeath. We are on to Schloss. You'll be starting off on Milton with the Pent. Heading into... Is this church? Is this cathedral? I got very confused yesterday. Milton chasing everybody down with the Pent. Not managing to make any frags, but definitely making some space for his team. Finding a lot of enemy players, but making this Pent count. Okay, that's just called red. The problem is it looks a lot like the cathedral in the city I live in. Whereas I think this is called Cathedral. Yeah. Those chandeliers at the top where the red is, they're in the they're in the cathedral in my city. Oh, oh yeah, towers, yeah. These guys just open these games up so evenly. I mean, Milton managed to get that that Pent. Didn't get too many frags with it, which is kind of normal with Pent, especially at the start of the game if you've not got any weapons. Created a lot of space, but then Suddendeath was still able to get in here, get the quad, and they've been able to take this churchyard. Jave up on top of the tower, raining down rockets. Very well stacked. Oh, such a good rocket. My favourite rockets are the ones where someone shoots it so tight that it doesn't kill their teammate, it does kill the opponent. Like that rocket we just saw, really nice rocket. They're not fancy, they're not flick rockets, they're no air rockets, but they're absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it's normally even. It's just interesting to see it actually turn out like that. Although Book have now got some domination on the board and got a 20 frag lead already. And we saw in the last map how long they were able to hold a 20 frag lead for. It was the entire game. Hiding is one of the biggest skills. It's a skill that I really, really need to learn. For sure. It is very interesting watching these games. As someone who's only ever played lower ranked games, I can spot the tactics, I can understand what's going on in lower ranked games, but it doesn't matter how much 4-on-4 I've watched over the years of every type of game. This is so much more than anyone will ever give it credit for, except the people that are playing right now, obviously. Like, my dad can understand Counter-Strike, but there is absolutely no chance my dad figures out what's going on in this. Has there been a team swap, player swap on this one? Who have we lost? Step Cop in for Say. Didn't notice that one on Book's side. Ooh, what a rocket there from BPS. Sorry, I had the tab menu up. So we approach the 5-minute mark. A lot of fights over in this yellow area. This is a strong room to have. Yellow armor and a rocket launcher. Yeah, it's definitely harder to follow because of all the respawning, and there's nothing to focus on. I think I was chatting with a friend the other day about Action Quake 2 and how that became Counter-Strike and all of that sort of stuff. And QuakeWorld Team Fortress becoming Team Fortress 2 and how things change and how it was... Ooh, this is incredible. Milton with the quad, but can't do anything about a pent. And the pent's going to hunt down Milton and chase that quad. Both items coming up at the same time makes things really interesting because pent absolutely counters quad, but quad can just wipe out your entire rest of your team if you're not careful. The eyes of Wimsuit hiding. Ring has now gone. Carapace eating a rocket with that red on. But yeah, the big difference between Counter-Strike and just like clan arena type gameplay of just who gets kills, in the silver section, it's the bomb sites are just guiding people to all be in the same place for a fight. No one's really planting in silver Counter-Strike. Very nice shot there from Wimsuit with the shotgun. Book right now, very out of control it feels like. They've got the frags up on the board, but anywhere they're going into, Suddendeath are there, ready. Have the rockets, have the weapons. Book do seem to have two players with red armor right now though. But Suddendeath bringing a few frags back on the scoreboard. See if they're able to hold that down. Book playing incredibly out of control here. They had absolutely nothing a minute ago, and they barely lost any frags. Just as I was talking about them losing some frags, and all of a sudden they're back in control. Milton's in there, in the red room. Wimsuit's got himself a yellow. Auto track has broken. Yeah, I noticed that. It seems to have broken the last couple of days for me. Every once in a while, I think it's just... Yeah. Works but randomly won't correct when you swap POVs. Fair enough, yeah. Yeah, I think that's what was going on. I was just getting stuck when nothing, kind of, as far as the auto track's concerned, nothing's happening. But I could at least be watching something interesting that's not happening. Decent fight there from Carapace. Managed to do quite a lot of damage to Milton. This map's made up of a lot of very overpowered positions that are... If you explain them simply, you think that's incredibly overpowered, you'd never lose that. But they're just very hard to control with how the map's laid out. like in here, you've got a rocket launcher, you've got a yellow, you've got some health. How could you possibly lose that just holding it out? Well, there's 3 different ways for people to come in. They can be on stairs, they can very quickly make you lose out where you're stood. We got rocket launchers on 2 players from each team right now. Reds on Book, yellows on Suddendeath. These are players looking for a fight. But right now, Suddendeath are massively behind on frags. They've had to give up a lot of frags to take this sort of... not really control, but just to be even. Plenty of time left to get back into this game for them, though. Of course, we are just hitting the halfway mark, and if they can do it to you, you can do it to them. Good frags coming out here. Say goes down. Carapace is taken out by Andy. And yeah, great setup for the next pent, and now we have Andy with the quad pent double. Time to be an absolute menace. Needs to rack up frags right now. Can't be hanging around. No point going for the red because you're just going to blow yourself up and lose the armor anyway. For anyone who is new to QuakeWorld, if you have the pent, you take 0 damage, but you will lose your armor. So grabbing that red while having the pentagram, just not worth it. Give it to a teammate who doesn't have invulnerability for 30 seconds and let it run. Just about 50 frags the difference. Book leading. Quad's coming up in 3 seconds. Booker in position, but Suddendeath managed to crash the party. Quad goes down immediately after, but it's a steal from Suddendeath. It looked like Book were absolutely in the perfect position to be able to take that one. And all of a sudden, there's 2 Suddendeath members. Perfect timing. Push Milton out of the way. They don't get much from it, but just taking that and trading the frags out is a massive win for them in terms of control of the map and positioning. Good rocketing from Andy. Going to overstack on the red. I imagine they'll be sending Andy in to try and take the quad, but turning up too late. Say's got it. Doing some damage on the scoreboard as well. How are we looking? So Say at the bottom of the scoreboard right now. Goblin just pokes a head round the corner and goes down in the last remaining seconds of that quad. Beautiful jump. I love those tricks. This game has phenomenal movement considering stairs don't work. Lovely shots. Holding still at this 50 mark. Both teams just trading frags out, trading control of certain places. Jave in completely the wrong place. Team frag there from Andy, but you'd rather take control of the map and lose the one player. Doesn't quite land anything there on Say. Say gets away, I think, scot-free from that fight with Andy. Milton's in, doing a lot of damage. Forcing, even without a weapon. Yeah, stairs are very funny. QuakeWorld completely stops you. Xenotic Stairs are better versions of ramps because we have ramp jumps, so you'll go higher. But if you want to get someone from lower to high and just let them get up there, then you can put a set of stairs and they'll just float up them on the floor. CPMA, they might as well be ramps. It's just slightly different timing because you're going to double jump them anyway. Yeah, reflex same as CPMA. Great rockets here from BPS. Gets out of dodge just at the right moment. Ooh, unlucky placement from Milton there. Absolute chaos over at the Pent. I hope we'll see one of the Pents. I saw it in the games I cast yesterday. Quad Pent on Windsuit now. Very powerful. Book should be opening up more of a lead here with 5 minutes remaining. I saw one team sent one player in, made sure that that guy grabbed the Pent, and then just bombed the enemy team with rockets. Just absolutely shot straight in. The whole enemy team was in. They sent only one player. As soon as they heard, yeah, I've got the Pent, it was just bomb. And the whole team wipe. Such a good set. I can't even remember who he's playing now. One retro rocket and boom stickers, that was it. And yeah, boom stickers just sent in one guy. Milton with a super shotgun and a quad. This is dangerous for Suddendeath. They're going to lose a lot of frags here. This could be where the game goes out for them too far. They've held it... Whew, flying goblin there. They've held it well throughout the entire game. But now they're struggling and they're losing frags thick and fast. I think in the last minute, this lead has almost doubled. Milton playing like a menace still. Just right behind. BPS question marks in chat. Doesn't get where Milton came from. Double points for knives. That's one for the frag movie, isn't it? And then Milton now can't even hit a shot. Unfortunate spawn there for Ander. Axe to the back. Yeah, you just don't know how much health someone's got. That's the problem. Although with quad, Axe does the same as shotgun, doesn't it? As a whole shotgun shot, from what I remember. Minute and a half left. 70 frags difference. What game am I thinking of where the melee is exactly the same as the shotgun? Oh well. I gave up learning the numbers after I learned all the numbers in Unreal Tournament, the first arena FPS I played, and it didn't make any difference to how good I was that I knew all of the damage numbers and splash radiuses and all of that sort of stuff. It doesn't help you, honestly. Nice shooting there. BPS getting out of dodge. Comes back through for more of a fight. It gets a couple of bad respawns with Wimsuit taking more frags with the quad. 20 seconds left on the clock. This one is going to go to Book, Black Book. It's pretty even across Suddendeath there, though. 58, 58, 51, 39 on their scoreboard. Absolutely fantastic playing from Milton. Massively ahead on the scoreboard. Scoreboard reset? Yeah, it does. Fantastic second map. We'll move on with match point for Book now. And we'll see what happens on possibly the final map, but hopefully we'll get at least one more. Here we are on DM2 for map number 3 between Black Book and Suddendeath. Black Book took the first 2 maps convincingly on the scoreboard in the end, but it certainly lasted a long while before they came into control of the maps, for sure. So we'll see if they're able to keep this up on DM2. Great shot raining down there from Carapace. Say coming in late. Do we have any changes in players between the two? Black Book have swapped out another player. Suddendeath stay with exactly the same. I can't remember who got swapped out. So Step Cop is now back in place of... why am I completely blanking on who's missing? Jave, that's it. I don't know why I was completely blanking on who was missing there. The first minute goes by and the scores are pretty level, 15 to 11. 5 frag lead, quite strong in the first minute. But this quad going to Black Book on Milton's hands. Andy here in a decent position to be able to take a lot of damage. Manages to get Milton in a sort of position that he won't want to take too many fights with this quad. He's not going to just be roaming this quad right now. Nice shots there from Andy. Milton running into a red armour of BPS and Andy spamming from the back. Goes down to that. Scores all evened up. Great run here from Wimsuit down the bottom. A lot of items coming up right now. Both reds up at the same time. They roll across there is such a strange thing. Just completely slowing, waiting for the bridge to cross. Players can be shooting at you. You're just constantly waiting, wondering if someone's going to run in and blast you straight off so you won't get the mega. Especially if you're low health, needing the mega to survive. Wimsuit holding out for this yellow. Grabs it, then goes through. Say in a good position down here, but takes a lot of damage, and Carapace is going to finish him off. Quad is on Wimsuit. Doesn't have too much in the way of ammo for this rocket launcher, Picks up a great ammo pack, though, from a backpack. 30 rockets. Don't even think they've realised they've got 30 rockets right now. There we go, definitely realised it now. But getting spammed out. They don't have the health to go in. One direct rocket. And Wimsuit's down. Technically taking full damage as well, if anybody spotted that in the death thing. Hitting the head and taking full damage. Great mid-air shot there from Milton. Andy hiding out in the corner. Interesting pick from the auto queue. But Andy's got the red now. Who's grabbed the quad? BPS we're on board with. Great trigger control there from BPS. 3 seconds until both reds are up at exactly the same time. BPS is going to go hunting for Black Book players. Finds 2. A very successful quad there from BPS. That puts Suddendeath in the lead at the 5-minute mark. No, okay, I'm going to wait until we actually hit the 5-minute mark. This is QuakeWorld. 5 frags is nothing. There we go. First time that they've been in the lead with the 5-minute mark in this match. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of target picking with the quad. That's true. Killing enemies with rockets specifically, rather than just taking out anyone. It's always good to go on that sort of spree where you just find, like this right here from Wimsuit, finding enemies constantly. It'd be nice to find Goblin, of course. It'd be very nice to have found Carapace before Carapace completely stacked up. I don't think Wimsuit knows how stacked Carapace is. Does now. If someone takes 2 rockets to the face, you know, and then keeps fighting, you know that they're probably very well stacked. And it is not worth the fight. Quad going on to Wimsuit. Feels like it only just left his shoulders. They're going to use this quad in defense, I think, here. No need to use the quad for attack right now. They've got a little bit of a lead. So much better just wait for your opponent to come to you. And that's going pretty well for them. 3 frags, very quick succession with the quad there. And being able to hold out that red and rocket room. Great rockets here from Wimsuit. Juggling enemies. Always aiming for the juggle as well here, I've noticed from a few of these players. Some of them are going for direct, but Wimsuit especially, pretty much always going to try and juggle the opponent, even if it's less likely to get a direct kill. A fresh spawn, direct rocket to the face will just die. But juggling them means that they've got less chance of getting away. If they have got more than fresh spawned health, then you can definitely get the second shot in, even if it's only a tiny bit extra. BPS down. Say has the quad. Nice corner rocket there. 30 frag lead now for Book. Andy waiting around a long time. Going to be waiting a long time, I think, actually, there. Yeah. Milton now with a quad. Book trying to take control of this match as we approach the halfway mark. Just one more quad to go before the halfway mark. Big shots here. Suddendeath doing a good amount of damage to Milton in that fight, but he does manage to get it back stacked up. Mega health will spawn. Seems like Milton will call out, say to his teammates that it's all there. Free red armor, of course, always up. And now Milton rushes in, quad in 2 seconds, 1 second. Who's going to get it? Milton falls off but gets back on just in time for the quad to come up. And now all of the Suddendeath players must run and hide. Accidental team kill there from Milton. Can't connect any rockets onto Carapace and now down to 7 health. He's hiding out in this corner. Gets one, goes down to it. Quad damage was wearing off anyway though, so that's fine. Say very well stacked coming in here. Ah, he did. Okay, he dropped weapon. Right. Makes sense. Makes sense. I didn't think of that for some reason. Good quad jump there from Wimsuit. Forcing them to look in 2 directions. And then you just jump in with Wimsuit as they're watching Milton. Good rockets here. Connects very well with them. Not as well stacked as I think he'd like to be right now. Andy with that red going down to the last seconds of the quad rocket. Wimsuit's absolutely rampaging. 11 minutes on the clock. 64 frag lead for Book. They could take this 3-0. They have great control of this map right now. Another quad goes to Wimsuit with good stack to be able to make it count. I don't think they'll use this to attack though, like in the slightest. They've just told Suddendeath, we've got the quad. You don't want to be where our quad is. So if any frags show up where Wimsuit is, of course he's going to take them. But there's no need for him to try and chase frags right now because of the lead they've got. And they have control over everywhere, so they can just take the pressure off the rest of their teammates. And now look at those stacks go up. You've got Milton with a yellow, Wimsuit with a yellow, Stepcop with a red. Say's got a rocket launcher. Just off the back of that quad being taken, they're able to, relieve pressure from the teammates. Wimsuit running around relieves pressure. Carapace takes the quad but doesn't have the health to do anything with it. But it is a stolen quad. It's 100 frag difference right now. This is huge in Div 1. It's not unsurmountable, but you do feel that the way that Book are holding control on this, that it could be a bit of a problem for Suddendeath to bring this back. 7 minutes left, 103 frag difference. And Milton just going on a tear. No sudden death player is safe right now. Quad on Milton. Well stacked up. A lot of rockets. Yeah, it's absolutely not unsurmountable. But I mean, I'll happily be proven wrong, but the way that Book are holding control on this, it's the only game, I think I said it in Pepe's chat the other day, QuakeWorld is the only game where there's a minute left, you've got a 40 frag difference, and you're saying, do you know what, this is doable. If they, you know, there's always an if, it's usually based around the quad or the pent, or something like that. If they can get a rocket launcher, a quad, that's doable. And QuakeWorld's the only game where that is even possible. And we love it for that. Overpowered weapons based on single player? Then just throw them into multiplayer. Say, sorry, Suddendeath. Say has just got a frag, but Suddendeath haven't managed to pick up 5 frags in the last 2 minutes. They were on 92 or something, 93, and they haven't managed to convert it over to 100, while about 50 frags have gone the way of Book. Just a complete lockout, which is of course what you were saying about 100 frags could be turned around in 2 minutes. But the control by Black Book, yeah, it's GG on the control by Black Book. In raw numbers, this is bring backable, but you're gonna have to overthrow this control, and when every single the best quad in the last 10 minutes that Suddendeath have managed to get has just been a steal, and I think steal and 1 frag is all they managed to get out of it. GGs have not been called in chat though, but oof. These games were looking so tight for a while. This is domination. Yeah, playing to full time is definitely a thing in Arena FPS. I think every game does it. There's very few early GGs in AFPS outside of Duel. Because it's such a fun game to play, like, to be silly with, you know? You go watch League of Legends or Dota or something like that, not fun at all to watch, to play when you know the enemy is going to beat you and there's nothing you can do about it. You're just wasting your time because they just have to play against the map effectively. But it's fun to just run around and just play brainless DM sometimes. And usually the opponent will oblige if they're massively in a winning position. They tend to oblige with it. Step Cop now given the quad. I wonder if... Thank you for all the follows, by the way. I wonder if the idea is to balance out the scoreboard a little bit. I like how balanced Suddendeath have been this entire time. Very balanced 4 players. $202 frag difference. It's an absolute massacre on DM2. Balance at least in scores, yeah. Yeah. But every single map, they've been very close to each other. Where you look at Milton and Step Cop, it's almost double. There's definitely somewhat of rolls coming in though. Which is something the first time I started watching QuakeWorld 4-on-4s, there's actual rolls in QuakeWorld 4-on-4. I know there's possibly some new people who haven't watched too much QuakeWorld before. When someone says that QuakeWorld has incredibly deep strategy for its 4-on-4, if you come from a game that doesn't have massively deep strategy, you might not believe it. Yeah, this game's ridiculous. Certain people play Roma, play holds. You've got guys whose entire job it is to just take the quad, which seems to be Wimsuit at the minute. Nice axe kill. I think they're just playing full DM though for the last couple of minutes. It's been a very good game. 3-0 to Book. On this final game, yeah, the scores, the 3-0 definitely shows. But on the other two games, that 3-0 doesn't quite do it justice. But incredibly well played. Book always managing to keep the control where it mattered. Suddendeath holding on to the final line, keeping playing. GG to everybody who played. Thank you very much for watching. And Suddendeath have their first loss, and Black Book continue being lossless through this group stage. Thank you very much.